Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one of the most shocking and terrifying stories I've ever shared. It's about a dark and dangerous experience I had with someone I trusted, my own domestic staff. I never imagined I'd be in a situation where I found out someone in my home wanted to harm me and my family. But it happened, and I'm here to tell you the full story. This is one that completely changed my perspective on trust, safety, and the people around you. It all started like any other normal day. I hired a domestic helper a few years ago. She came highly recommended, and at first, she seemed like the perfect fit for our family. She was friendly, respectful, and always on time. She took care of the house, the kids, and helped with so many things around the home. We trusted her completely. She became like part of the family, and everything seemed fine for a long time. But little did I know there was something much darker brewing beneath the surface. Looking back, there were small things I ignored. Odd behaviors here and there, nothing too alarming, but enough to raise a few red flags. She started becoming a bit possessive of her role. She'd get irritated if I asked her to take time off, and if I hired someone else to help, she'd act like she was the only one capable of taking care of the house. I brushed it off as stress or insecurity, thinking maybe she just didn't like change. But those signs were just the beginning. Then, one night, things took a strange turn. I was going through some old files in my office when I found a strange note tucked inside one of the drawers. It was cryptic, but the message was chilling. It spoke about making sure no one would be able to stop her plans and the time to act was coming soon. It didn't make sense at first, but I immediately felt a cold chill run down my spine. I knew something wasn't right, so I started paying closer attention to her behavior. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but the more I watched, the more I became convinced that something was seriously wrong. I started noticing things like strange phone calls, whispered conversations, and moments when she'd seem unusually distant, like she was plotting something. Eventually, I took the step of hiring a private investigator. I know it sounds extreme, but I felt like I had no choice. The investigator uncovered disturbing details. She had been involved in a plot to harm my family. My kids, my partner, and me. It was all planned for when we were most vulnerable. The people she was communicating with were dangerous, and they had been working together for weeks. The truth was horrifying. My domestic staff wasn't just unhappy with me. She had developed a deep resentment and had been planning something truly sinister. The motive was complicated, but it seemed to be a mix of personal grievances, a desire for money, and manipulation from dangerous individuals who had been promising her a way out of her life. When the police got involved, they were able to arrest her before anything could happen. It was surreal to see someone I had trusted for so long being taken away in handcuffs. I had never imagined in a million years that someone from inside my own home could be capable of such betrayal. It's been a long road since that terrifying discovery. The shock of it all still lingers. My family and I had to go through security measures, counseling, and a lot of emotional recovery. But I learned some incredibly important lessons through this experience. Trusting people, especially those you welcome into your home, is something you can't take for granted. I've learned to be more cautious and aware of the signs of manipulation, and I will never let my guard down again. If you've ever had a gut feeling about someone around you, please don't ignore it. Trust your instincts, because sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who can hurt us the most. Thanks for watching. If you've had any experiences like this, or if you have thoughts to share, please leave a comment below. And if you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe.